Hello and welcome to Japanese Garden Bristol. You might have noticed I've changed the name of the channel because of all the stuff that's been going on through the year with the national papers and stuff. It's gone on Google, and if you put in Japanese Garden Bristol you can see a lot of stuff that they've done and the BBC has done. So I decided to change the name to Japanese Garden Bristol. Also, I want to apologise for not coming back when I said I was. On my last video sometime in July, I said I'll be back in September. Well, in work it just went absolutely mental, very busy. I work in the aviation industry and it took off. And as you can imagine, everybody wanted to go abroad, so yeah, we were very busy, so I didn't get much chance to do any videoing to put up on YouTube at that time. But now I've had chance. Since I've been doing a lot of work, I've been videoing it all. So what I'm going to do in the new year, from the 7th of January at 5:30, I'm going to put up a new video every week of everything I've been doing in the last few months. So this video I'm going to show you what's coming up and a few little tips as well to make it a bit more interesting if you want to create your own Japanese garden. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Now I'm going to take you for a winter walk through my garden. It is a week leading up to Christmas, although it's not very Christmassy because here in England we don't generally get snow at Christmas. But autumn has come and gone, the leaves have fell. I've given it a good tidy up the last couple of days. So now I'm going to take you through the garden, and as we go through I'm going to show you bits that's going to be coming up. So yeah, let's have a walk. This is one of the projects I'm going to be doing. This gate here has been here for about 18 years now. It is starting to rot, so I will be changing that into a Japanese style gate. I'm going to kind of convert it so it can, when I open it to the public, and then when it's just normal for me. So yeah, some interesting things going to go on there. Might help you to create your own Japanese style gate. So yeah, on to the next. Okay, well this one's a bit of a tip really. If you've got a Gunnera plant, some know it as gunner or goneril. I like to call it a gunner. There it is over there. It's under a cardboard box. A few years ago I had a gunner that the frost killed. So I went to a garden centre. The chap there said when it's dying over, cut the big leaves off and cover the crown. That's been good. That's been working for quite a few years. But this year we had a bad storm. I think it was in August I think. Bent the leaves and broke them, so I had to cut them off. Leaves did regrow, but they weren't big enough to cover the crown. So what I've done, I've put a cardboard box over, and hopefully it should be alright next spring. Let's get on to the next. This is one of the videos that will be coming up. This is my indoor koi pond. It's in an outbuilding. I'll be showing you how I transfer the koi to the indoors. I'm doing well. But yeah, on to the next. Coming up will be this Japanese water feature. A lot of people asked me how I made it, so this one will be coming up in January. Great feature for your garden. On to the next. Coming up next year will be how I created the Japanese Zen rock garden. A big project I took on this year. I managed to get it done before Christmas. There's quite a few things in this area that will be videoed and be coming up as well. So on to the next. Coming up will be this floating decking, great feature in your garden, especially with a wildlife pond. Yeah, on to the next. Also coming up on a video next year will be how I made these sleeper benches. Good feature for the garden. Okay, on to the next. In the Zen garden, you get the raked gravel. Good little tip is when you do rake gravel, if you get 6mm clean from a builder's merchant, it's very fine gravel. It's very good for raking. And then before you rake it, water it, soak it, then rake it, and it will stay like it for weeks. When it dries out, obviously it isn't drying so quick this time of year. It's a week before Christmas, so it's winter. But when it does start drying, it does give a nice effect as well with the water. So yeah, it's a great little tip if you want to create your own Zen garden. On to the next. Another video I'll be doing is how to create a dry water bed. This one is kind of a temporary one for me. I wanted to do it with pebbles rather than gravel, but this gives a good effect. Hopefully if I get the right pebbles I'm after, I'll do a video on how to do that one as well. So yeah, on to the next. Okay, so this is a great little tip. On the water feature I've built, I want to try to grow some moss. So I'm going to give you a few little tips on how to grow your own moss. First, reach down for it. We've got some natural yogurt. Okay, so I put some natural yogurt on there. And then I put a bin lid on there, cover it up. Been like it for about 6 weeks now. I'll bring the camera down now to give you a close-up of what's happened in about 6 weeks. There we go. Let's see if we can see it. So I don't know if you can see the spots appearing. I don't know how it's going to end up, but hopefully it's starting to grow. Fungus is growing, so hopefully it will turn into moss eventually. See how that turns out. Put the camera back on. I'll leave that on all winter. Another way of growing moss. This year I built this path about 2 years ago. As you can see, the moss is coming through the grooves now. Gives it that moss look. The only reason that is happening is because the sun doesn't come here. It's a shaded area, so it's damp as well. So the moss will start growing, and that's the effect I want to get in here. So that's working well. Okay, on to the next. Another video coming up will be the wildlife pond. This year I've made it bigger and give you a few little tips on how to make your own. On to the next. Okay, in this area I'm going to create something a bit different. Got it down on paper. I don't know if it's going to work. It's going to be a pretty big project. I'm hoping it's going to work. It'll be a good video to watch if it does. So I'm going to start that in January and hopefully get that out later on in the year. So look out for that one. Okay, on to the next. Another video coming up will be beginning of this year. I built this barrel filter. I also built this housing. If you've seen the video, you'll see how I've done it. What I'm going to do is next year I'm going to show you how I went for the first year. If you want to see more on this, there is another video, and at the moment it's not running because it's winter, it's all dried out. So yeah, next year I'm going to show you how well it went, or not. On to the next. Another video that will be coming up is how I get the trees like this. I get asked a lot of questions when I get public visit in the garden and also on Facebook. So yeah, I'll be showing you how I prune these. So that'll be something to look out for. Okay, on to the next. Another video coming up will be something I get asked a lot. Is how do you get the right plants for your garden and put in the right places? Well, I'll be showing you how I do it and a few little tips as well. So yeah, it's a video coming up. On to the next. Another video that will be coming up is when I put the koi back in the pond. That'll be next spring, so look out for that one. Okay, I've come in out of the cold. As you can see, there's an overcast. I got myself a coffee to warm up a bit. It is Christmas, so you have to excuse the Christmas decorations like the star up here behind. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. There is a lot coming up, especially my surprise project. I've got it down on paper. It's going to be interesting how that turns out. So yeah, it's all coming up from January the 7th, Friday at 5:30. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot more as well. So if you want to subscribe, you can also go on Facebook. I got a page on there called Japanese Garden Bristol. There's a lot going on there as well. Pictures of updates of my garden. Also, I'll be putting updates of when I'm open for charity to the public. So if you want to visit my garden, there's going to be a lot of dates going up for next year as well. So that's going to be good fun. And also I've got all these videos going on as well. So if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I hope you enjoy my videos and I hope it helps you to create your own. So have a good Christmas. If you're watching this video before Christmas, have a good New Year. And if you watch this video after Christmas, happy gardening, happy ponding. All the best.